guys, Lisa Livermore, and I'm coming back with some more nutrition and health tips. So for today, if you are trying to lose weight, by the end of this video, you'll know an amazing way to help achieve that goal. So some of this you've probably heard before, and some of this you may not know how to do. So I'm just gonna go into the nitty-gritty of it. So what I'm talking about is something called macronutrients. So there's macronutrients and there's micronutrients. Micronutrients are like your vitamins and minerals and your electrolytes, whereas your macronutrients are your carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. So there's so many different diets out there. And I mean, you can try whatever you want to try. However, some of them are amazing and some of them are not. So I'm not going to go over that. What I'm going to go over today is what your body needs to function at its best. So you find that out by finding out your macronutrients. And basically all it is you're trying to figure out the percentage of protein, fats, and carbohydrates that you should eat in a day. And sometimes it's a little bit more tricky, but there's tons of apps out there. You can go on any website, you can just look in how to find my macros and you can figure out the calculations. So basically what it is, your carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram, and this, I'll kind of talk about this later. Your fats are 9 calories per gram, and then your proteins are also 4 calories per gram. So this is kind of good to know when you're trying to calculate how many calories of each you should have. So basically the macro part is you need these 3 things, the carbs, proteins, and fats, in larger quantities in order to help your body function properly. So we can figure this out by, first you want to really hone in and figure out how many calories, overall calories, that you should eat in a day. So I did an example and figured out an example of what, this is more of what I do. And my calories based on my goals will fluctuate, you know, depending on what I'm trying to do. Like if I'm trying to lose fat or if I'm trying to just get energy or maintain, I kind of change around my calories. So this can change around for you guys too. So you want to find your ideal ratio of your carbs, proteins, and fats. And so your normal range, according to the federal regulations, or the federal recommendations, not regulations, carbs should be about 45 to 60%. Your fat should be about 20 to 35, and then the protein should be after that. You really want to eat fat, which sounds crazy, like if you're trying to lose fat, but your fats are vital for so many different things. And I'm not going to get into that on this video because otherwise I'll drag on and you guys will be bored out of your minds probably. So just know that you do have to eat fat even when you're trying to lose fat, because fat's actually not the enemy, I promise. Okay, so here's my example. I wrote it down so I wouldn't have to think in my head of the calculations on a live video. So we're going to take a 2,300 calorie diet. So that's your total amount of calories that you will eat in a day. And we're going to break it out and figure out how many calories of carbs, proteins, and fats that you should be eating as well. And then we'll actually figure out the grams too, because there's a little calculation for that when I told you the 4 calories per carbohydrates per gram. So let's say you want to do 50% of your total calories in carbs, and then 25% in proteins and 25% in grams. So this is going to be our scenario. So you want to first multiply your total calories by each percentage. So your total calories times your 50% of carbs, which will be 1,150, so 1,150 for calories for your carbs. And then for each your proteins and fats, you'll want to take your total calorie, which is 2,300 times 25%, which is 0.25, and that will be 575 calories for each protein and fat, because we're going to eat the same of proteins and fats. So basically what that means is you can have 1,100 calories in carbs, which people are so anti-carbs right now, but if you are eating them right, you can actually lose weight eating carbs, I promise. And you will actually have that sustained energy so you can get through your workouts like you should, because you should be working out if you're trying to lose weight. And then also for the proteins and fats, you should be eating 575 calories if you're following that 2,300 calorie diet plan. Okay, so in order to find the grams, we're going to go back to the 4 calories per gram. So you're going to be eating 1,150 calories in carbs. So then you would actually divide that by the 4 calories per gram, which that would be 287.5 grams of carbs. So you can look at it both ways. There's different apps you can follow. So if you don't want to do all these calculations, like I said before, you don't have to track this every day. You just type in your food, and there's a lot of apps that will actually tell you your macros, so you know that you're staying in your macro limits. Okay, so for protein, you will take that 574 calories that you should eat a day and divide that by 4, and that will be 143.75 grams that you should be eating of protein. And then for fat was the 9 calories per gram. That was kind of the weird one. So you would take your 575 divided by 9, and that would be 63.8 grams of fats that you should be eating. So I know that's kind of like weird, and I'm doing a lot of math that I don't normally do on these live videos, mainly is talking to you guys about like vitamins and nutrients. But this is really huge. If you're trying to lose weight and you've tried so many other different like diets, I would highly recommend trying to track your macros and really honing in on that, because it would really help figure out what you're eating and your daily allotments for each of those categories in calories. So if you guys need some more guidance on like some different apps that you can do, there's tons of free ones out there. Just let me know. Otherwise, hopefully this video was helpful to you guys, and I will catch you later. Bye.